There's a spirit of discipline at Deutsche Bank. You're not happy with the top line growth. You're talking about costs. What's the spirit of change you're going to do to push the numbers higher? Casper, good morning.
Good morning. Yes, it's right. Third quarter was softer than we fully expected, and I'm not happy with the kind of the revenue development. However, saying that, our NII is very stable, which I think is good news. And the third quarter for us traditionally is actually seasonally low. And this really is driven by lower fees and commissions, and particularly net fair value, given kind of low market volatility, and particularly in those summer months. So more difficult market environment driving that. But I'm not kind of concerned, because I think we're well positioned, and we actually had a historical quarter that then ended in us now moving into the banking union, and we are kind of well positioned now to move forward.
Casper, good morning. It's Naira in London. Yeah, after your second quarter results, it was the first time in 5 quarters the numbers were met with a positive share price reaction. Can you say that this is now basically the bottom in your turnaround and it's up from here?
I would like to see it that way, because I think we've done a lot in the last 3 years. We put the bank in a much better position. We have de-risked the bank quite meaningfully, and that de-risking is over. We have branchified the bank. We have moved it into the banking union, and we are now extremely focused on actually delivering to our customers. So I think the platform is in place, and I think I'm also very pleased that we are delivering on costs. I mean, our costs are down, and our costs will continue to trend down also in both the coming quarters. Maybe not the fourth quarter, but given that that's again seasonally higher. But I think overall our costs are trending down 19, 20, and 21. So I think we are well positioned, and we can focus now on our customers, given the massive transformation we've done, particularly over the last 3 years.
Casper, can I just pick up on the cost story, because it is obviously part of what the market wants to know. You had originally targeted 6,000 jobs. How many of those 6,000 jobs have been cut? And do you still stand by that number in terms of that's where you're going to need to go to right-size the bank?
I have no reason to change that. We are well on track. Actually, if anything, we're probably ahead of plan. And I think when we look at our staffing levels today, we are down 3%. So what we have said we will deliver, and of course we will continue to transform the bank also going forward. So I think I'm very comfortable where we stand.
Casper, your efforts to turn around Nordea are starting to bear fruit, as we've talked about. Are you concerned, though, that investor worries about money laundering across Nordic banks are going to overshadow your performance?
I would hope not. I think we are, of course, aware of the accusations. They have not been proven, but we are aware of those accusations. We haven't seen them. But we have to remember that money laundering and fighting money laundering is something that we do every day. Every day, if we do something or we see something suspicious, we report it. We have a very good cooperation and work very well with the authorities. If we see transactions, we report them, and this will be the case here as well. I think the trick here is that, of course, with that cooperation, we tend not to, and we cannot comment on that. But I'm very comfortable where we stand at what we've done. We have invested heavily over the last 3 years into this. We have now more than 1,500 people solely looking at this, and we've trained our frontline staff. So I'm comfortable where we are now going ahead. At the same time, I have a humility that when you look back in history, the whole industry, I think, underestimated the complexity of these issues. But I think now I would urge, of course, very close cooperation between banks, authorities, police, and so on, because this is not going to go away. And I think we all need to take a responsibility to make sure that we can make both the financial system and the society safer.
Can I just push you a little bit more? Bill Prouder has filed criminal complaints asking authorities to investigate $400 million worth of suspicious transactions at Nordea. Is that a fair number? Do you believe that that reflects potentially the exposure for Nordea, or could it rise?
I see nothing in our business that would indicate to that. When we look at, I know it, and both historically but particularly now, I also emphasize these accusations that we are aware of, but we haven't seen. The authorities haven't tested them. So I think it's too early to say. But when I look at our business, I see nothing that would indicate anything larger.